There's a reason that most lottery winners end up going broke or even in a worse position than before they had the money. If someone already doesn't know how to handle money and use it as a tool to make more money, then getting a lump sum of it won't automatically teach them. I've made a huge effort to get around wealthy and successful people, and I'm going to get into 5 habits that I've noticed and learned amongst very successful people and even the 1%ers. If you want to get right into the habits, I'll have the timestamps down below, but I want to dig a little deeper into this. 61% of Americans wouldn't be able to handle a $1,000 emergency, and we got to do something about that. Something I've been learning more and more from other successful people is that money is like a game, and the more that you play it, the better you're going to get at it. And this is actually a good thing because it just means that it is something that can be learned. If you give someone $100K starting at 0 with no financial knowledge, the odds are they're going to end up like lottery winners and lose it all. Whereas if you give someone $100K with experience on knowing how to play the game and understanding money, then they could turn it into 200,000, 500,000, heck, even $1 million. And this leads us into habit number 1, which is investing in knowledge and connections. This can be seminars, networking events, courses, books, or YouTube, just like this video you're watching right now. I've spent thousands on coaching, networking events, courses, and from the skills I've gained from doing that, I've made 5 times what I've spent. When you're starting, learning and acquiring skills and knowledge is the best thing you can do because no one can take that away from you. Once you have the skills to make money, you can always make more of it. Also, doing this up front is the only way that you're going to be able to buy your time back. My thought process is, why would I spend thousands of dollars in a couple months or maybe even years failing and adjusting some more when for a fraction of that I can learn from someone who's already made those mistakes and save myself years of time and money trying to figure it out on my own. Instead of taking 2 years to learn something, I could learn it in a week. And yeah, I have to pay for that value, but I get 2 years of my time back that I can use that skill. And I think there's a way bigger benefit there than a con. The biggest return you're ever going to see is investing in yourself and acquiring skills and developing. Habit number 2 is live below your means. This simply means spending less than you make. Most people spend way more than they make and end up with a negative net worth. And that's when you get into living paycheck to paycheck. It's weird because most of the wealthy people I know are very conscious of what they're spending and they don't really want to spend money if they don't have to. Kind of like Graham Stephan. He seems like the world's cheapest millionaire, but you'd be surprised how many people are like that. It's tough because once you know how to use your money to make more of it, you just want to keep acquiring assets that are going to make you more money and make your money work for you. But at the start, this is easier said than done. Ultimately, to live below your means, you only have 2 options. You can either spend less or make more. I understand that a lot of people can literally not spend any less. And in that case, you need to find a way to increase your income, whether it be starting a side hustle, which I have 2 videos on, getting a second job, a higher paying job, or freelancing. When I started, I only had $200 to my name. So what I did was I worked 3 jobs as a part-time firefighter, at Walmart, and at Steak and Shake. I knew I couldn't do this for long, and I actually ended up having a panic attack after 9 months because I was just so stressed out. And it was because while I was working these jobs, I was also studying to get my real estate license to increase my income. But anyways, I did get my license, and for the first 6 months, I made $0. During that time, I DoorDashed, donated plasma, did freelance work, and a bunch of other random stuff to fund my life. I started investing everything I could and learning as much as I could in acquiring skills, but long story short, I went from $200 to $100,000 net worth in 1 year. Now, some of you are on the other side of the coin where you can save more. You just need to create a budget and track your spending. This isn't sponsored, but I use the Mint app. This automatically tracks all my accounts and all my spending and puts it in categories. See where you can reduce your spending and start investing that extra money and growing your skill set so you can make more money later. Habit number 3 is to surround yourself with wealthy individuals. I've heard it said that you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. I've 100% noticed this in my life where the people I spend the most time with, I started thinking like them. This is also why it's important to go to networking events, join Facebook groups, message people. Some of my best friends who are very successful in their own ventures, I've met through social media. In my friend group, I feel so average, and that's good because it just makes me feel like I have more to accomplish and can accomplish. Because everyone around me has a huge work ethic and is always achieving new things. If I wasn't doing that, I would be the outlier. I'd be the weird one. But most people aren't surrounded with that. So for you to be the one who's focused on investing and fixing your finances and worried about saving, that in most friend groups, you're gonna be the outlier and you're gonna be the weird one. And in that environment, it's gonna be really hard to grow past past that environment. You have to establish new friendships and relationships with people who can challenge your level of thinking and elevate it. Habit number 4 is smashing the like button and subscribing, because it is scientifically proven that when you do that, your net worth goes up. I'm just kidding, but seriously, on to number 4. They create multiple streams of income. Depending on one stream of income is like gambling. Having multiple streams of income, especially passive income, makes your life so much more secure. If one goes down or fails, then you have another or a few others to support you in those downturns. Most millionaires have an average of 7 streams of income, and having multiple skills and income is one of the most efficient ways to grow your wealth and build it over time. If 7 sounds like way too much, then maybe start with focusing on building 2 or 3 streams of income. This also just gives you a lot more financial freedom, and it alleviates a lot of pressure off your back when you know that you're not just relying on one income source that could go away at any second. If it did, you'd be okay because you have multiple others to fall back to. Habit number 5 is think about abundance, wealth, and prosperity. Wealthy people think differently, and I've never heard someone wealthy talk down on themselves and say limiting beliefs like, I'm a failure, I'm terrible with money, I can't do this. Heck, I don't even want to say that stuff right now just for the video, because I don't want to put that out into the world like that. But I've never seen someone say things like that and succeed. I've heard wealthy people talk about abundance and how there's no lack of money in the world. You just have to go out and get it. Also, having a scarcity mindset like that leads you to handling your money fearfully, timidly, and just ineffectively. Here's a really good chart to take a look at to see the different ways of thinking. Switching from a poverty mindset to a prosperity mindset. I also recommend the book Think and Grow Rich. I recommend this to everybody I know, and if you check some book review channels, this is probably going to be one of the first ones you hear about in business, finance, and anything like that. I'll link it down below, but this is going to make a huge difference in you growing your wealth. I want to hear your thoughts on these habits, so leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. And if you want more content on building your wealth, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. If you're wanting even more content like this, but in short form, check out my TikTok and my Instagram. And that's it. That's all I got for you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. You have a good rest of your day.